first. Those servers are going to be super pissed. Actually, we can go ahead and just do that. Deploy Dashkin game server to game test. We'll get those rolling as well. Now attempting to deploy Brackensec Linux and test for artifact master latest. Sorry, we were unable to connect to chat. Reconnecting in 2 seconds. Wait, what? We're having problems with Twitch too. This isn't unheard of. Who would have problems with Twitch? Also, I'm uploading a crap load of stuff. My internet's probably completely saturated right now. The Comcast modem is going to overheat. Mainly because it's got its own built-in kill switch. Stupid Comcast. That was one of the things that was interesting. When I was working at EA, we actually won the worst company in America award 2 years in a row. Because people were so pissed about Mass Effect 3's ending that obviously, Electronic Arts is the worst company in the whole goddamn world. Even more hated than Comcast or Blackwater or other things. It was like, nah, man, these guys who make video games are the scum of the earth. Fuck those people. It's like, Jesus, man, they make video games. They don't go kill people in Afghanistan. Nope, worst company ever. Obviously worst company, worst people, and especially even today, right? We got loot boxes and crap like that with stuff. Obviously, loot boxes are the worst thing that ever happened to anybody in the whole history of the United States, or the world for that matter. Alright, so we've got our stuff. Allow all players, allow team swap, game port, beacon port, team size max, time limit, and map name, official Virginia 2. Alright, let's see what we've got rolling around here for this game. It looks like it should be on. Alright, so let's see. We have it appears as though our map name didn't get set. Fuck. Yeah, that's right. We didn't set our map name. Because we didn't set it here. That's in config file dot map. We didn't even add it. We didn't do anything for this. Alright, so this is map path. So this is going to be croot plus map path. Alright, so that'll get that, and then we need to go to the watch process. Adam is now hosting my channel. Oh no, it's gone to that. It's that bad. His auto host is caught up to reality, and is now sending everybody over here. Oh, that sucks. The internet is out and there's a storm? Shit. I think we should just release the next update then, right? Like, if he's out of commission, then that's the only thing left to do. Okay, so we've got our file here, and then we're going to templatize it, and that should be it. Okay, so what we need to do is, theoretically this should all work, so we need to check it in, build the servers again, and deploy them. But it's just the Java stuff this time. So let's just wait for more builds. Hello, Goovin. What am I working on right now? I am working on getting the server deployment stuff properly set up for the update. So we've got those Linux servers on AWS that are dedicated servers, and I'm setting them up so that they'll start on the right maps, that will have the right names for them, that we've got like a little bit of an admin password situation there, so trusted people, we can give them some passwords there, and so they can go kick people and maybe add a few bots, because we didn't get all the the playlist voting stuff in there for this update. So before hopefully we get in the next update where you'll have 5 different maps to vote for the next game and stuff like that. We at least want maybe longtime supporters will throw them that password, or we might even throw it in the Discord or something. Though it lets you boot people, so maybe we won't do that. But at least people like me and Adam will be able to set up some more, trusted people. Yes, that's some quote-unquote trusted and quote-unquote people. So right now I'm just server stuff is kind of tedious and annoying, and basically I've got stuff that's like all building and that I'll be deploying out to the various environments. Because, alright, so deploy game servers to test. Yeah. And let me see, I need to double check if the JSON file on S3 is correct. JSON file on S3 is not correct. It does not have what we want in it. Should I add it manually, or should I just go ahead and redeploy these things? I think I should go ahead and redeploy. So deploy dedicated servers, /cyclex test to test. Let's just make sure we got it all set up properly. Yeah, we'll see. I don't think we'd want to give out the kind of the password to be able to spawn bots and do other things to everybody. Because if it gets into the hand of people like EG, then there will be no end to the suffering caused by such people. So we can't really do that, but we can probably give it out to a couple people. And maybe people who are like streaming the game otherwise. Because we can always change the password too. Like, that doesn't require us to do like a whole update or some bullshit. That would just be like a server bounce. Now uploading. Yeah, I gotta upload all the things. So yeah, sadly, you know, these kind of engineering streams I think are a lot less entertaining than watching somebody actually create something that looks cool. Because a lot of the time I'm just doing tedious bullshit and waiting for some progress bar to fill up. Like, what are we doing now? We are now uploading the deployment to S3. That's the most interesting thing that's happening all day today. Oh man, the thread number for the deployment thread is 8,000 exactly. What are the odds? Everything is fine. Connection's back, but the storm's rolling in. Ah, yeah, that's no good. You should move somewhere that doesn't have storms, or not. It's actually kind of cool to have some weather sometime. Yeah. Yeah, Adam's dead. He's not coming back. It's one of those. The global warming got him. He's toast. Rest in pieces. Game port, procnum. What the fuck? It didn't template. That's not right. That shouldn't be like that. That shouldn't be like that at all. Got the wrong configuration. Why? Let's see. Map path has got these like escaped characters for everything. Why did it convert them to escaped characters? Like, was it the deployment tool? Yeah, that's probably what's going on here. We need to use the get, and then we need to get the raw string. I replace my things with bad things, which are stupid. Just do it. Alright, so we need to build the tools again. Yeah, and it's also difficult to test a lot of these things. Yeah, move underground. No storms underground. That's why I'm in a basement. It's true. Deploy storm averters. Hello, Kinto 456. And I wouldn't call him my buddy friend. He's more of a person I work with, right? You know, we don't. There's a reason we're on different continents. It's the antlions you gotta watch out for. Yeah, I played Half-Life too. You gotta watch out for those damn antlions. So we're just doing more stuff with watching progress bars here. Oh, Jesus Christ. We've angered the gods of the progress bar. So we'll just keep building stuff. Alright, so I think it's almost finished building the tools. Alright, so that's built. So let's kick off our game server deployment. Yeah, one of the worst things is when you have these just long running jobs that you have to fix. And at big companies like Electronic Arts, yes, we're very much reluctant associates. Like the last time that we talked to each other before we started working together was like 7 years before that. And it was because we just literally hate each other. The wiki is not wrong. One of the worst things is when you're working on build systems and you have to just wait for a result. Like the build has to complete for it to work and to verify it. So like some things at Amazon, it would literally take like 3 hours for you to like test something to make sure it worked. And the worst thing is when the person responsible for getting that thing working doesn't give a shit and like does a bad job and then you have to do it. Or what's even worse is the person that's causing the thing to be slow is not the same person that has to deal with the slowness. Like a good example is we had this symbol store tool. Basically it would store debugging symbols for a process that was created for a game so you could debug it. And the game team hooked it up so they just stored every goddamn debugging symbol thing in the entire project, which is completely unnecessary and also gigantic. So their build was taking up like just massive amounts of space on the shared hard drives and was also taking just like an extra hour just to like copy a whole bunch of crap that nobody cared about. Then they'd come bitch like, why does the build take like 4 hours? You know, you need to fix this. You're like, you fucking broke it, bro. You fix it. Like, I'm not the build engineer. Why do I have to worry about all this? Be like, who else is going to? Alright, so deploy dedicated servers is finished. So let's go to our S3 file. Let's try to download another file and check if it's correct. I hated that fucking game team. Of course, Adam's probably like, Kirk, what don't you fucking hate? I'm like, well, that's also a good question. Okay, so this is still fucked up. Why? I mean, it's because it's encoding these slashes wrong. Um, like the problem is it's encoding the brackets wrong. So let's see, like JSON. So we're gonna have to run the templater on this thing. That's so stupid. God damn it. Because when it's in JSON form, we're not able to templatize everything because it's escaping all of our stuff. So what I've got to do with this conf file is I need to templatize it inline. Or so let's make a template input here that throws an exception instead of doing something else. Because it's going to be easier here. Why is this pissed off? Rename. Alright, template input accept. So this is going to be confile.mGame name and then map. So we're basically going to throw this try catch around all this template in. So the things that we're templating are like the game port, the bacon port, So are you not going to actually get started streaming again because of the storm? Because that would be unfortunate for all of your viewers who are excited for that awesome update that is coming. So we got the admin pass, the map path, and that should be enough for that. So we're going to want game port, bacon port, the admin password, and the map path all set on the conf file. And we are not going to want to templatize the conf file. We just want the conf datas to be like so. Alright, well, let's see how that works. So let's just double check. Game name, game port, bacon port, admin pass, map path. Alright, that's all there. So let's again wait for our progress bars. So we're going to need to make our server and our tools. And the good part about this is we don't necessarily have to do another deployment, but I'm going to, just because I want to be thorough with this. This is, like, if you don't test your tools out, you go to do the production deployment and all of a sudden it doesn't work. Gotta wait for the storm to pass, yeah. That's how it works. That's how all of it works. And the reason why I'm doing all these like templating things is so that we can have different server configurations for everything, nice and easy. So yeah. Another thing to look forward to, which didn't make it into this update, but will probably drop even before the next update, is we're getting better game servers. And by better game servers, I mean like much more powerful game servers. They're actually being provisioned as we speak over in. We've got servers in London, in Sydney, and in Chicago. It might not be Chicago. It might be Texas. I think it's Texas. Is it Dallas? I think it's in Dallas. But we've got some bare metal servers that are going to be a lot cheaper in the long run. They're going to be there forever. And they're also like monsters. So we'll actually be only... with the new servers, we could host like a whole hell of a lot of games. It'll be pretty funny. Because right now, we could probably run like... With the current server setup, we've got like, what, 4 servers, and each one of them is running 2 games. We could probably run like 4 or 5 games on each one of those. So that's like 4 times 5. So we could run 20 games at the moment. But these other servers can probably run, you know, like 30 to 40 games each. And we got 3 of them, so we could host like, you know, 130 games. So it's 130 times 6. So we could get like, you know, 700 people playing. Yeah, like you could get like 700 to 1,000 people actually playing on those servers, which would be a stupid amount of people at once. And even then, some of those would be able to host that many people in the same damned map if we wanted to, right? Like, your game client certainly isn't going to be able to support that many people. But those game servers would definitely be like, oh, we need 200 people in the same game? Ah, yeah, no problem. Shit. We got CPU for days for that. Alright, so let's deploy the Dashkin game servers to test. And then we'll also deploy the dedicated servers to test once again. Hundreds of games. Yeah, the tournament is go. Yeah, that's the idea, is that These will also be the big boxes that can support all that sort of stuff. So it'll be cool. And if we want to make, the more complicated games like the race game and other things, other game modes where we've got, a couple dozen people in a match, these are the servers that you want for that. So we'll see. If we come up with some stupid game mode that actually works with like 20 people or something, we could totally make it work, We've had some kind of crazy ideas about how we could do some of that. I think one of them was like one of the reasons why it doesn't work with so many people is because it's so damn chaotic, because there's so many people in the same play area hitting the same balls. But like, what if you had, like, if you had something like a play area, right? So you got like people, on your team all in like one area doing stuff, hitting balls up into goals. But if like there were people in the background, like way back there on the other team doing the same thing, and you saw them like running and jumping around, you could totally have lots of people in the same game that aren't like directly interacting with each other, and actually have a lot of people playing the same match. So like this guy shoots through this goal, and it goes to like this map in the background, and the blue guys are like, fuck, gotta hit it back into the foreground, or whatever. We'll see. We have lots of ideas that are crazy and stupid, and some of them are good, some of them are bad, some of them are really bad. So we will find out. Whatever floats your boat. Massive multiplayer online mosh pit. A mop. Map path, Forest Day 01. Alright. So let's see what we got going on here. Game name was set to Official Virginia 2. We're set to playing. Bringing World Forest Day 01 up for play. Max tick rate 100. Alright. Game net driver. Active backgrounds. Well, it wouldn't be a background. It would actually be, a place in the game, right? It's actual play. 2 to 3 minutes stream delay? Jesus. Well, welcome to the past. Alright, so we got Official Virginia 2 and Official Virginia 2. And they're both playing the Dark Forest. That seems wrong. If proc num mod 3 equals 0. Oh, fuck. I'm... Proc num. Deployment ID. Yeah, these should have different process numbers. I don't know why they don't have different process numbers. Map name Virginia 2. Map name Virginia 2. Must have something wrong with the well, there are separate maps, and the process number is consistently wrong. So I should go look at what the server logs are looking like. I mean, I would assume my server delay for Twitch is mainly because, like, I don't even have quality settings right now for my stream, right? So it's more that I'm a dirty pleb streamer who doesn't have many fans. Failed to kill local process. Now starting 2 deployments. Downloading, unzipping. Process is not running. Creating new key for deployment. Attempting to start a process with no command line. Creating process watcher with number 0 with number 1. So how the fuck did they get process number 2? You know, like, it doesn't make any damn sense to me. Creating process watcher. I really need this process. Alright. So something's going on where the process number got set to 2, which really makes no sense to me. I mean, it was 0, 1, and then 2 2s. So it would be when we created a new process, we loaded them up, so that would be the 0 and the 1. And then it would be this imp process number thing. So we're checking our processes and creating watch process. Now starting 2 deployment. 2 deployment of process for Brackensack Linux. Okay, number to create, now creating 2. For every number to create a new watch process. Process number, blah. So it's going to be 0, 1, 2, and why not another? 264. All right, well, checked in wall jump. Can't figure out why the step event is still in there, though. I've tried a dozen different ways to delete it. Wait, so you checked it in with the footstep still busted? So is it in the export? Because if it's in the export, then... Or is it that the import doesn't remove it or something? Do you have the Harmony file open at the moment? Because I need to double check that. If not, like... So it's not in the actual JSON file for the import. It's So what are we working on? It's the the wall hang is what you're talking about? Yeah, so I don't see any events in here. So if we go to our import, we'll see. Yeah, exactly. You should be probably... See, I don't see the stream delay. I mean, you might just want to refresh your page or whatever, because I'm not seeing any stream delay whatsoever for me, unless Twitch has got some, stupid bullshit going on with how it does content delivery when you're in Australia as opposed to etc. So, photo booth. Oh, the wall jump, not the wall hang. I'm exporting the wrong thing. There we go. Just import a few times just because we do that. It'll clean up any frames that shouldn't be around. Alright, so our booth file, we've got our hit body rect, pivot, wall jump, everything there. We've got 7 frames of the identical thing. Is it really 7 identical frames? Okay. It's like that seems odd. Yeah, and the wall hang is like, it's not even showing up in here. It's all sorts of screwed. So let's go through this. All these guys. No events here. So no event there, there. So there are no events on these sprites. So why don't we go ahead and add one? Let's just add an event right here. Let's just do on frame 0. Save that. And then we will go to our import and make sure it removes it. So it looks like it didn't remove our event for the import. So I assume you did see that the it looks like, is it the wall? Yeah, the wall hang flipbook is blank that you got in there. So I don't know if you forgot to save the entity file for the wall hang, or if you're just checking in so I could fix. But it looks like we have another issue with our editor tools for this. Prepare update texture, create all sprites. So we need to do create sprite 4. So we need to get our sprite factory. Create asset. Where are we creating the asset? It was like, was it in the texture tool? Flipbook factory, sprite utils, update sprite information. So let's see, when we have an event, we do sprite at event. So if we go to papersprite.h, we have the events. And again, it's more of this crap where, yeah, okay, here we go. So let's make sure this actually works then. Because we want to reset this, I believe, so that it gets added again down there. So let's build that. You have a piece of mega amazing cake? What? What? You have a roommate? It doesn't just cause problems? A roommate actually like does things like give you amazing cakes? That seems like a pretty awesome roommate actually. Wall hang and wall jump both look fine on your end. So your entity looks just fine in the editor. Well, it's not set in that U object, so there's something wrong with that. So this should fix the import. And we'll double check that. So other than that, I got this built, so I want to deploy the game server out there to test. Alright, so there's no more event on this guy. So events are, the event import is just fine. Yeah, like the wall jump flipbook is broken. It doesn't have all the frames, and the wall hang doesn't exist. So let me see. Yeah, I don't see the wall hang flipbook in here at all. So you don't have those checked in somehow. Or I need to grab latest again or something. Oh, I've got all the files. Anyway, so this will fix the import. Possibly checking in was interrupted by the storm. Perforce doesn't work that way. As far as I understand, it either checks everything in or it checks in nothing. You know, like it doesn't allow partial updates because of horrible shenaniganry bullshit. Yeah, yeah, all right. So, can you double check that? Can you double check those files? And if you want to get on Discord and talk about it and fix whatever Perforce shenanigan is going on, then just let me know, and we can do that. Because it'd be good to get that set up, because I want to hopefully, you know, get those animations getting used here. If I can get the fucking game servers deployed properly. Alright, so that should be out there, and I want to deploy dedicated game servers again. You don't need to rebuild, but you do need to build. Yes, the editor changes our C++ code. And I'll make sure I'm not touching the Bitey Harmony file. So let's deploy those game servers out there and make sure that we're getting what we should. Alright, so creating process watcher with number 0, creating process watcher with number 1. So I just gotta wait for this deployment to get out there. And yeah, I know exactly what you mean about stream delay being killer. It's really frustrating trying to debug something and talking to somebody with like a 15-second delay. Especially when they get something wrong and you have to wait for like 30 seconds while they realize it. And you're just like, no, it's the other button, you fucking dumbass. Ah! Or no, that's not what I see. He's talking like I don't know what I'm talking about, but he doesn't know what he's talking about because he's an asshole, which is true. He's still on my end. I think the only more annoying thing would be if you had to like make an argument or something while your own voice of what you were just saying was being played back to you with a slight delay. Just the worst thing ever. Alright, now starting download of this thing. Copying to 8C5. Alright, let's see. Failed to kill local process. Nah, totally did. Creating watch process 2. Process not running. Starting up with command line blarg output 4787. Creating watch process 3. Process is not running. Starting it up. Attempting to start child process. Didn't I add something else in here? Start